this deal that I'm going to get into is, it's not a very big deal. I can't remember even how many units it is. I think it's 59 units. So it's not a super, it's like not a super big, huge facility or anything. Okay. It was 50. But remember, this is like when I first started out. And actually this one was brought to me by, this was brought to me by one of my realtor, actually not one of my, but by my realtor, Richard. If you follow me, you've heard of Richard before. I've been working with Richard for 10 years now. And he's pretty much brought me, if it's anything from the MLS that I buy from him, it's from Richard. Okay. So all the property, all the houses I used to renovate. And he still, to this day, he looks at he always, anytime that there's a storage facility that comes on the market for the MLS, he always sends me that. Now, typically storage facilities do not get sold through the MLS. Okay, typically they're being sold like on Crexy and LoopNet, right? That's like the commercial MLS, right? But every once in a while you'll get some, like, some realtor that is like, let me just put it on, let me put it on the MLS. And most of the time, these are like smaller facilities, $1 million or less. Like rarely do you have like huge, large facilities that are going to be put on through the MLS in your state. Okay. And and the MLS, I mean, essentially, when I say the MLS, because I'm in Georgia, and so Richard, he can only look in like his MLS area. So it's really just like the Atlanta metro and wherever his area goes to, that's what he can see. And I think he has a way of seeing kind of all of Georgia, because I know he's kind of looked around and tried to send me stuff. But typically he gets up, and if there's anything that comes on the MLS in the Atlanta area and the areas that he kind of subscribes to, he sends those to me. Okay. And so he sent me this facility. It's in Warm Springs, Georgia. I'll show you where that is in a map, but it's like a little tiny town. So a lot of people ask me, like, can you buy like storage facilities in small towns? Like, can you buy in like little tiny towns? Because, I teach that you want to be focusing on secondary and tertiary markets, right? A secondary market to me personally would be like a population of 5,000 to, I'm sorry, wrong, 25,000 to 100,000, right? Is kind of like, to me, a secondary market. Right, that'd be like a second market. So like that mid-size city range, okay, 25,000 to 100,000, okay, and then you have the tertiary markets, which is 25,000 or less than 25,000, okay. And so this town that I bought this storage facility in has 340 people in it. Okay, 340 people. Now that's just the town itself. Okay, actually, we can look at the population and see if they've grown or if they've declined or whatever. Because a lot of people ask me, can I buy something in a super small town? Is it worth it or not? Well, I don't know. We'll look at it and see. We're going to use my new deal analyzer today. We'll look at it. We'll run the numbers and see if it's worth it or not. Now, obviously, it could be worth it if the price is right on the front end and what you can increase the rates to on the back end work. Okay. That's really kind of the key. But let's check and see. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm of the assumption that this is a very good deal, but I haven't run the numbers. Pete really kind of manages that on the back end. So let's run the numbers and see, what it looks like. Okay. And so I pick, we'll look at how many. I think it's 59 units. It's 59 units, I'm pretty sure. And I bought it for $100,000. 59 units for $100,000. Okay. Now I think this must have been about 3 years ago. Okay, so I've been doing this for 5 years, and I think this was like, because remember, my first year, I bought one. My second year, I bought one. Okay, and then my third year, I bought two. And this is like one of the two that I bought, right? So like, I'm just like, I tell everybody that I talk to, slow and steady wins the race. It's not easy to buy storage facilities, especially, getting started and good ones and stuff, unless you know how to syndicate and get out and partner up and stuff. But still, it's very difficult. Okay, commercial real estate. So this is not like wholesaling and you could just like do this and that and whatever, right? This is slow and steady wins the race. Let's create our portfolio and build that up. Okay.